Hi guys, Swans Away here, back again for another video. I'm back again for a different one on the channel today. Now today I will be doing my championship team of the season, so there's going to be 11 starters, 5 bench players, and also be doing my manager of the season. So let me know down below guys, do you agree, disagree with my selections, and make sure you put your 11 down below who you think is in the championship team of the season this year. So also shout to my brother who's made the graphics, like the team of the season graphics. A few of them are from FIFA, but he's made some of them himself. So make sure you smash the like button for my brother's superb graphics, but let's get into it. Going into goalkeeper then, it's Tim Krul for me. You know, 23 goals conceded in 36 games for Tim Krul this season is really good for the goalkeeper. He's had 18 clean sheets in 36 games, so you know, one every 2 games he had a clean sheet, which is absolutely remarkable. Out of 5 penalties he did face this season, he saved 4 of them, so it's a really good record. 80% of the penalty he's faced this season he's saved, and you know, he's got the highest save percentage in the league with 80.6% of saves this season. So he's had a great season, Tim Krul. You know, back in the Dutch squad, 33 years old, and he's a great keeper, and he's definitely my goalkeeper of the season. Going to the right back then, taking it home to Swansea City's Connor Roberts. Really good season for Connor Roberts. He's played in all 46 games, most of them starting and a few of them off the bench. He's had 5 goals and 7 assists, which is really good. He's having an average rating of 7.05 for every single game this season, which is remarkable. He's created one of the most chances in Europe, actually. He's created 91 chances, which is absolutely phenomenal. You know, it's up there with Kevin De Bruyne and stuff like that. And Connor Roberts, when he's on the pitch, Swansea have only conceded 0.8 goals per game when Roberts does start. So, you know, Roberts has been really good this season for the Swans, and I do believe Connor Roberts has been the best right back in the division. On the centre backs then, my first centre back, I'm going to go for Barnsley's Michael Healick. What a great season he has had helped Barnsley get into the playoffs. He scored 5 goals and 1 assist, which is pretty decent for a centre half. He's had 103 interceptions, you know, big interceptions, which is really crucial to Barnsley to not concede more goals, and a few of those could have led to defeats or draws when they were winning. So, you know, he's been really influential at the back for Barnsley, and that's probably one of the reasons why they are in the playoffs and going to verse us in the 2-legged semi-final. So Michael Healick, a very good season for him, and I do believe he has been one of the best 2 centre-backs in the division. Partnering Michael Healick in defence, and I've got for Grant Hanley, the Scottish international, of course, Norwich City defender. Norwich do have the 2nd best defence in the league, and I think without Grant Hanley, you know, that would have gone down to about 4th or 5th. You know, Grant Hanley's had a remarkable season, really experienced defender at this level. 42 games, he's had an 89% pass success. You know, only 11% of passes were not successful, which is absolutely remarkable. I think he's got the most pass success in the championship, so fair play to him that. He's had 212 clearances, so, you know, when teams are trying to push Norwich, he's just there. He's basically a rock at the back, and you know, like I just said, 2nd best defence. You know, Grant Hanley, he has been injured for 7 games, I do believe, this season, but the 39 he has played, he's been absolutely phenomenal. The left back then, I've gone for Reading's left back, Omar Richards. Even though he's not registered a goal or assist this season, you know, his all-round game has been really good. You know, he's got to move to Bayern Munich in the summer. He signed a pre-con in January, and you know, you don't get signed up to Bayern Munich halfway through a season if you're not a good player. You know, he's been really good this season. You know, energetic, getting forward, creating chances, and you know, he's been really good. Like I just said, very good despite no goals or assists, and you know, he has been unlucky on a few occasions. But you know, the reason why Reading were doing so well early on the season is because Omar Richards is paced on that left-hand side, helping Yaku, Mate, Lucas Shaw, players like that, getting the balls into the box. Unfortunately, they couldn't get a goal, so we could get an assist. But yeah, Omar Richards, there wasn't many great left-backs this season. You know, a lot of players were retained for Swans. Example, Manning Bidwell, we've retained quite a lot, and it was the same with Norwich, really, with them and Watford, really. Going on to the midfield then, right mid, there's no question about this. I think everyone will basically agree with this. It's going to have to be Emi Buendia. What a season Buendia has had. He has had 2 red cards. You know, he's a bit of a dirty player sometimes, but 39 games, 15 goals, 17 assists, phenomenal stats, 32 goal contributions, 39 games. You know, at this level, he's just a dangerous weapon, and he's so good. 3.1 key passes per match, which means they should score 3 goals with those passes a match, which is really good. And he's created 18 big chances, which is phenomenal. You know, when you got a player like Emi Buendia, you should be walking the league, and that's what Norwich did this season. You know, Buendia, he's got to be in my team this season. He's got to be in you guys' team this season as well. He's had a great season. On to the centre midfielder then, I'm going to have to go for another Norwich City player, Oliver Skipp. I've not seen too many people put this guy in their team, but defensively he's been absolutely phenomenal this season. One of the reasons why Norwich have got the 2nd best defence this season. You know, he's only 20 years old, Oliver Skipp, and he's had a great season. You know, he's played the majority of games. He's played 45 games this season. He's had 2,208 accurate passes passes, which is absolutely phenomenal, which is 88%, 1% behind Grant Hanley. He's averaged a rating of 7.05 per game. He's had a 65% tackle success ratio, which is absolutely really good. Oliver Skip, he might be breaking into Spurs' team next season with the way he's been playing, but Oliver Skip, thankfully for us, we didn't really see the best of him, but what a season he's had. 20 years old, playing 45 games in the Championship, finishing top of the league, and he's been one of their best players this season, which says a lot. On to the other central midfielder, then I'm going to go for a bit of a more goal-scoring midfielder in Barnsley's Alex Mowat. He does take penalties, so you've got to put that in count, but he has scored 8 goals and 7 assists this season. Just a bit below Emi Buendia in 73 chances created, not big chance, but chances created, which is very, very good. He's had 72% successful dribbles, which is one of the best in the league, and he's also had 1,218 accurate passes, and he is one of the main reasons why Barnsley are where they are in the league, why they've done so well in the second half of the season when Vladimir Ishmael came in. Alex Mowat, I think he is out of contract next season as well, but he's had a great season at Barnsley, and there'll be a host of clubs running in this summer because he's had a great season. To go on to the left midfielder now, I'm going to have to go for Bournemouth's Arnaud Danjuma. What a season Danjuma has had. 33 games, 15 goals, 7 assists as a winger, by the way, not even a striker. 15 goals as a winger, which is absolutely remarkable. He's averaged a goal every 166 minutes per game, so basically he gets a goal every 1 or 2 games, which is absolutely remarkable. 6 man of matches awards as well, which is Bournemouth's highest and one of the highest in the division. Danjuma terrorised the Swans defence. We versed him in March. He's terrorised most defence in the Championships. So the teams which stay in the Championship, like Bristol City, Preston, they'll be hoping Bournemouth go up, so they'll have to verse Danjuma next season because he has had a great season. The strikers then is going to have to be Brentford's Ivan Toney. 31 goals this season, which is absolutely remarkable. He's actually broke the record for the most goals in the Championship season, which fair play to him. They lost Ollie Watkins in the summer where everyone was thinking, who they're going to sign, and it's got to be put out there. Ivan Toney's better than Ollie Watkins in the Championship anyway. What a season he's had. He's averaged a goal every 124 minutes, second best average in the league, and he's also had 1.3 shots on target per match. These stats are just coming out to me like phenomenal. These are like Messi kind of stats. It's remarkable, and he's had 26.8 expected goals this season, so according to the website I searched on, he should have scored 26 goals this season, and he's gone above that. He's scored 31 goals, so he's actually gone above his average goals he should have scored, which just shows what a season Ivan Toney's had. And if Brentford are to get promoted for the playoffs, Ivan Toney will have a big part in that, but what a season he has had. So going to the last of the strikers then, I'm going to go for Adam Armstrong for Blackburn Rovers. Another good season from Adam Armstrong. 28 goals for a mid-table side in Blackburn, which don't create the most of chances. The mid-table, so you can see they're struggling in one sort of area, but 28 goals for a team who have struggled this season is absolutely phenomenal. 123 minutes per goal, which is really, really good, and just 1 minute below Ivan Toney, which just shows how good Adam Armstrong's been this season. And he's also registered 2.1 shots on target per match. So Adam Armstrong, he's been phenomenal. Him and Ivan Toney, you got Pookie, Kiefer, more players like that, but for me there's no looking past these two. So guys, of course you just seen at my 11 I went for a 4-4-2, so we're going to go to the bench now, the best of the rest, I call it. These are the 5 best players after these 11 who could have been in with a shout. I'm going to include a Watford player. It's going to be Ismaili Sarr. 13 goals this season, 4 assists, and he's had 73 dribbles, which is the second most successful dribbles in the league. He did start off a bit slow, Ismaili Sarr, but the more Watford played more, and the more they got Xisco Menez in, he really got into Watford's team and really started to perform well. You look at those stats, not brilliant compared to Emi Buendia, but you've got to compare the Watford the first half of the season with their very defensive side. In the second half of the season, they just unleashed and players like that, and he's had a good start of the season, and he'll be a very big influential player in the Premier League. We've seen the last season against Liverpool, he could perform, and he's had a good season with Watford. That's one of the main reasons why Watford have been promoted to the Premier League, because Ismaili Sarr's performances in the second half of the season. For the second player then, Nick Powell. What a season he's had for Stoke City, a central attacking midfielder, and he's had 12 goals and 3 assists this season. Without Nick Powell, I don't know where Stoke would be. With Tyrese Campbell got injured, Nick Powell really stepped up and got the goals for Stoke City. Averaged a goal every 259 minutes, which is very, very good for a midfielder. He's also created 44 chances for a Stoke side who are very, very defensive, considering their attacking players who left the club, like Valinden and Campbell got injured, and Fletcher and Vokes who haven't really hit form this season. So for Nick Powell, what a great season he's had. So the third player then, it's got to be Teemu Pukki, the third top scorer in the Championship this season in 26 goals. He's averaged 1.4 shots on target per match. He's had a great season. He has missed a lot of good chances where he could have got the golden boot and stuff like that, but he still had a great season. Teemu Pukki, third best goal scorer in the Championship, is nothing to be ashamed of. He scored a lot of goals for Norwich last season in the Premier League, and he'll probably do it again next year. Pukki, one of the main reasons why Norwich got up, really. John Hugo's a decent striker, Adam Ider as well, but they're not the level of Teemu Pukki, and he'd probably walk in any Championship team. What a season he's had. So on to the penultimate one. It's going to be Reading's Michael Olise. What a season he has had. He's 19 years old. He's got 7 goals, 12 assists, which is the second best in the Championship. He did start the season as 18 and then gone to 19 when the season went on. His expected goals for this season then have been 5.38 expected goals, and he's scored 7 goals, so he's got above that like Ivan Toney. He's had 81% successful passes, which is absolutely awesome, and he's averaged a rating of 7.26 per match. Michael Olise, he did kind of slow down the last couple of games of the season, but you can't take that into context. The season he's had with Reading has been absolutely awesome, and he's 19 years old, and per his stats, like 9 goal contributions for a 19-year-old in a team which weren't expected to get to the playoffs anyway, and they didn't sadly do it, but they were pushing all season. So Michael Olise, what a season he's had. On to the last one then. It's going to be defender. This could surprise a few people, but I've gone for Brentford's Ethan Pinnock. When I watch Brentford play, Ethan Pinnock always stands out for me. He's always pretty good. He's rock solid at the back. Sometimes when Jansen's been injured, he's had to partner Winston Reid. When he's been injured, he's had to partner someone else in probably Charlie Cook, former Southampton player, but he's had a really good season. He's had the third best successful passes, which shows he's a good passer of the ball and defending quite well. He's had 5.1 clearances per match, which is one of the best in the Championship. And without Ethan Pinnock, Brentford would have conceded a lot more goals. And even though they did have a bit of a tricky spell last couple of weeks, Ethan Pinnock was just there at the back to stabilise things. He's had a great season, and without him, they probably would have finished lower than third. Guys, that is my team this season. Those are the 5 players on the bench who I think could have been in with a shout. Now on to my manager of the season. So on to my manager of the season, and there's so many contenders to do it for, but I'm actually going to go for Barnsley's Vladimir Ismail. I know a lot of people will give it to Daniel Farke and Zisco Menez, but realistically they should be going up with those squads. But Vladimir Ismail, what a season he's had with Barnsley. He took over, I think it was either the start of October or the end of October. He took over when they were 21st, just above the relegation zone. They lost 6 games in a row when he took over, before he took over, I should say, sorry, and they finished 5th. What a sensational job he has done. He's changed to a 5 at the back. He's got Callum Styles getting some goals. Heelick's been outstanding. Anderson's been solid. Connors in goals been pretty good. Woodrow, Chaplin, these players have been performing for Vladimir Ismail. Last game of the season last year, they stayed up in the final day in the last minute. Next season, they're in the playoffs and 3 games away from the Premier League. What a season Vladimir Ismail has done. I know it'll be a tough game for the Swans in the 2 legs, but hopefully we can beat them. But if we don't go up, I'd love Barnsley to go up, because what a job Vladimir Ismail has done. So guys, thanks for watching. Let me know down below, do you agree with my 11 players and the 5 on the bench and my manager of the season? Put in the comments down below what your team of the season would be, and I'll interact and see if I agree or disagree. Shout out to my brother for making those graphics. Really do appreciate it. Make sure you smash the like button for my brother for taking the time out of his day to do those graphics. They actually are look pretty sick, to be fair. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back very soon for another bit of a different video until the playoffs. But thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.